Alrighty, well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are tuning in from. So, my name is Angeline Constantinou. I am the founder and CEO and coach of my podcast, Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. So, today is the launch of season 3, episode 1. So, welcome to my podcast, and all my new episodes, including today's episode, which is season 3, episode 1, is available at letsbreakthesilence.com. When you go to my website, you will find the tab for my podcast. Please click on that, and please like and subscribe to my Let's Break the Silence on Anchor FM, Spotify, Google, Apple, and all the live streams. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Today is episode 1, season 3. So congratulations. And we help women who have gone through some sort of a debt of domestic abuse or some sort of trauma we help them regain their power, and we help them discover their purpose in life. So, and we help them find their voice. So my podcast is a platform for women to find their voice and regain their power. So as you are coming into the live stream, we're live on Facebook. We are live on my business page, Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. We are also live on my YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And good morning, beautiful sister. And I would love to give you a shout out. So please scroll up and please click on StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can give you a proper shout out. Hi, Nina. Oh, good morning. Oh, Nina, it's so great to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so without further ado, our guest today, her name is Kirsi Englund, and she is a rebel soul who hates rules. And who doesn't hate rules? Because I do too. Okay, she is an intuitive coach, Kundalini Yoga Teacher, Reiki Master, and a published author. She will help you to elevate your life to the next level. The best part is that you get to be the real you. No need to hate anymore. She is also a mother of 2 wonderful kids, a business owner, and a caring wife. Her message to the world is that everyone, including you, can create the life and business you want by being you. She loves luxury, sparkling wine. That caught my attention, and to have fun. So without further ado.
Hi, here I am, the mystery woman behind the words.
That's right. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and welcome. You are my first episode.
Woo-hoo!
So congratulations, season 3. I am so excited, to have this conversation with you and to meet you. You know what caught my attention? The sparkling wine. So what is your favorite sparkling wine?
Oh, there's many, but I do love this one, Italian. Oh my God, and I'm so bad at names. But it's Italian organic wine.
Ooh.
What's the name now? But the bottle is so beautiful. It's like this sparkling, glittering bottle. So, but who cares about the name?
Who cares about the name? Is it Prosecco? Because I love Prosecco.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, anyways, good morning to you, and I'm so excited for you to share your story of how you got to it, how you got into spiritual coaching. So, before we talk about that, what was going on in your life before entering this amazing, field, to help women? So,
well, I have always been like really spiritual person. I have been on my spiritual journey since I was like 15. And I remember when one of my friends, teenager friends, asked me like, Kirsi, do you really believe in all that stuff you're talking about, angels and blah, 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 like reincarnation and stuff? I'm like, no, I don't believe. I know. Like I always have this like inner knowing that there is this other world that we live in. So it has been like a long road for me, not one specific momentum when I just like kind of like went into spirituality, but it has been a long path.
It's been a long path. So how long have you gone on this spiritual journey?
Well, if I start about 20 years soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
20 years soon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, this is very interesting, and I'm glad that you're on my platform, because how can that help with a woman who's going through some sort of trauma or domestic abuse? Because it sounds like there's a lot of healing involved. So, yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, really much. Oh my God, that's like a huge subject, but definitely there is really much healing involved. And I think the best part in, like, when you are diving in deep into spirituality and all this kind of world is the huge trust that you get, like, and the idea that you don't have to do it all alone, and you have this like huge much support around you. And you always just know that you are not alone. However horrible the situation is, you know that there's always support and guidance.
Right. Okay.
Oh my God, my dog is barking like really much. Does it hear? Oh my God, I think I have to let him out from the room. Okay, go now.
Go ahead.
We have an Australian Shepherd dog. He's big.
Wow.
And he's wild and young, only 1.5-year-old. So
right.
But I let him out now.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, by the way, what time is it where you are?
It's 6 p.m. about 6:30 soon in Finland. So I live in Europe.
So you live in Europe, and how long have you lived in Europe?
All of my life. I am from Finland, and actually, me and my family, so I have 2 kids and that barking dog. We are about to move to Spain this year. So goodbye coldness and dark weather.
Yeah, I know. And I live in upstate New York. And the temperature here today, I woke up this morning 1 degree above 0 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Well, we had, I don't know how much is in Fahrenheit, but we had minus 18 degrees Celsius. So it was like really cold.
Really cold. And I'm just grateful that my convertible is in the garage, nice and warm. So I don't plan to go out today. But anyways, I'm just so excited, to talk to you and to touch on, because you have a lot of different roles. It looks like you have a lot of different roles. So, how do you do everything? Being a wife, you have 2 wonderful
by
children.
Being me.
Yeah,
like, that has been
the do it all. Because I think a lot of people would want to know, how do you do it all?
Yeah, well, the first realization for me was just to be me and do it my way, because otherwise, if I would have to follow someone else's rules and how they do, I would totally not, it wouldn't work. So my biggest realization was when I was 2017, I became a Kundalini Yoga teacher. And it was all about these rules. Like, Kundalini Yoga can be quite strict at times. Like, some say you must wear like a white turban and white clothes and be vegetarian and blah, 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 blah. And me as a rebel, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, I am not born with, like, people tell me what to do. Like, I want to live my own life. But I did have like that kind of like difficult area there somewhere when I graduated as a Kundalini Yoga teacher, that how am I supposed to do it? Like, I can't, if I can't just, because I eat meat, I drink champagne, as all listeners by now know, and I swear a lot. So I'm not maybe the typical most calm yogi. I like to call myself a rebel, modern yogi.
Yeah, because when you
but the first,
there's. I could
so the first word realization. What?
I could say that I'm a rebel too.
Yeah. So the first realization, how do I do it all, is just to accept me as I am and do things in my way. Like I said, I'm a mom of 2. I have a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, and then this barking dog who luckily now went elsewhere. But it's about showing myself, my authentic self. Like, I swear, I scream at my kids. I'm not a calm yogi mom. I try to be the best version of myself, and it takes enormous amount of self-love and self-compassion and like forgiving oneself. Enormous amount. Like, I do mistakes a lot, but
Right.
I would say that's how I handle things. That's how I do things. That I have the courage to show the real me, which, by the way, I have not always had. Little by little, I have like been more brave and more courageous to speak my own truth and to show myself, be visible, do this kind of podcast. Like 2 years ago, doing this kind of live podcast, never. I would have choked, froze,
Totally
frozen, like never.
Totally understand.
Yeah. But little by little, like self-compassion.
That is so important. And I touch on that a lot, for women to love themselves,
Yeah.
to have that compassion for themselves. That's key. So I would like you to elaborate more on that, please, on why it is so important for women, especially someone like a woman who has come up. So let's say I'm a 12-year survivor of domestic abuse, and I'm thriving, and I've learned to love myself, and that's one of the reasons I started the podcast, because I had the vision and the idea, because I wanted to help women heal and empower women and help them regain their power again, because unfortunately in these situations they've been beaten down to the ground.
Yeah.
So how does one love themselves? What's the process? What do you teach, if that makes sense?
Well, I don't like processes. I don't like this kind of ABC things, because everyone has their own process. Everyone has their own soul plan and what all own soul teachings, kind of what they need to go through in this lifetime. But I would say it's a path, and it takes time, and like really baby step. You can't just kind of decide, okay, now I start to love myself, and just wake up one morning and there we have it. No, it's just like little by little. And acceptance is important, that you learn to accept yourself the way you are. Like I said, I had a little bit my own crisis then when I graduated as a yoga teacher, about me eating meat, even if I eat eco-friendly organic meat. But I had difficult period there, and the key in that also was just acceptance. Accept yourself the way you are, be real, be you, and then you start to love yourself little by little.
Okay, little by little. And I agree. It's self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. So did you go, have you gone on I'm sure you've gone on this journey yourself of love and self-acceptance, because you talk about being raw and real, and you are, which is good. That's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear this Pollyanna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. So can you elaborate a little bit more on that, please?
My path. Well, like I said, 2 years ago, doing this kind of live podcast show, or even some kind of podcast like interview in English, because my mother language is Finnish, as you maybe hear. English is not my native. So even this would be like so horrible for me. Like, I could have never think myself doing this. And it would have been also really embarrassing to me. Like, I got so easily embarrassed always and actually I have it still, but now I think it's more because I'm always a little bit excited when I do this skin. So I get this red face a bit, like I blush so easily. And when I'm blonde, I think many of you blondes know this. And I don't use that much makeup, only like mascara, but I don't use any makeup. So my red face just like blushes always so easily. And nowadays I'm okay with that. But those kind of things used to be horrible for me. And it always took me to the ground. I'm like, no, oh my God, so embarrassing. It's horrible. And it made me really insecure. And I really often just chose to be silent and not share my own truth because of these things, because of blushing, and then also this kind of what I what's the word in English? It's not stuttering, but anyway, kind of that your words get all mixed up.
Right.
Like I said really funny things, and then I was always nervous about what comes out of my mouth, and that made me even more nervous and made me blush even more. Just crazy things when I think back now. But from that kind of path, like I said, it takes practice. I have practice, like being in front of camera, practice speaking.
Right.
And accept that I'm not perfect. No one is. And takes time and practice to accept oneself.
It does. It does. And you know why? Because they have to unlearn everything.
Exactly.
Unlearn of what's been ingrained in them. So if this is resonating with you, everyone, please, please comment below. We would love your thoughts on this. And if you are tuning into the live broadcast, please say hello and let us know where you are coming in from. And please smash that heart button because I love this. I just absolutely love this, especially when you're talking about standing in your own truth. Now, that is something that I had to master 3 years ago when I hired a mentor to step into he called it, you ready? He called it stepping into your own naked truth.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Naked truth. Yes. Perfect.
I said, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. So good, because it's all about authenticity and speaking your own truth. Yeah. And like I said, it has been difficult for me because all these like physical things came up. So it made much more harder to express my truth when I had this blushing and these other blah, blah, blah problems, what I now had.
Right.
But like I said, self-compassion. And yeah, one really important thing that I realized a few years ago also is that if someone is judging you, like if someone is kind of like laughing at you, like, haha, look, Kirsi has a red face, or like somehow, judging, criticizing. So I have learned that if someone does that, so it's always in that other person who does it. It's never in you. So that was also a big relieving for me, like, oh yes. So actually I don't have to give a fuck about anyone else, what they think of me.
Exactly.
If they judge me of how I speak, how I look, what do I eat or drink, it's all in them. So it's their own shit. They need to figure it out. What's something in them if they see me in that kind of light. Yeah. So remember, this is like just so important. I want to say it once more so everyone understand. If someone ever judges you, no matter if it's like a little thing or like big thing, just remember it's never about you. It's always about the other person.
That's true. And that stems from low self-esteem and lack of confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah, because unfortunately, I see now I'm on TikTok as well. So I'm doing a lot of lives on TikTok now, to bring awareness of this, because there are too many people out there who are being judged. And that's wrong. It's so wrong.
Yeah.
It's just so wrong. And so how do you combat that? So if someone is being judged, what would your suggestion be?
Well, it probably depends on situation. But for example, if in social media, someone judges you the way you look or something, or says something, for example, I get sometimes comments when I write my truths, like someone just writes something really stupid, like, oh my God, do you really think that way? That's like totally crazy bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So one thing is to just take that, like, okay, I take it and then I leave it, I let go of it, and then just like center yourself, ground yourself, calm down before you reply back. But I think it's a good thing to reply back. Not maybe always. You have to a little bit then make a discernment when you reply back and when not. But I at least try to reply back as much as I can, and just like, okay, thank you for your comment, but I actually think this and this and this. Like, it's about learning to stand in your own power, and maybe sometimes it acquires like, no, it's actually not okay for you to talk to me like that. Like, I won't accept this kind of speaking from you. Like, it's about boundaries and letting the other person know that it's not okay. I'm not any dumpster.
Right, exactly. Setting your
but it's like a wide question. It's always about the situation.
It depends on the situation. I agree with you. Sometimes it's good that what I do sometimes, if it happens to me, I take a step back.
Exactly.
That's
sometimes a good thing to do. And sometimes you just maybe a little bit need to say, hey, that's not okay. But from a centered, grounded place, never from like this kind of emotional. That was the one thing I learned when I worked. I used to work as a class teacher before. A Waldorf school class teacher, a few years, and I had my own class. And one gets quite a lot of emails from parents, all kinds of emails. And my biggest mistakes when I started my career as a teacher was like, I always got so emotional when they wrote me something, and I usually responded like direct. And that was my mistake, because I should have responded the next day, when I have all calmed down, just like first done some maybe small breath work or meditating, or just like, and then the next day respond. Not from your reaction.
Right. Instead of doing a knee-jerk response, that's what I call it.
Yeah. What do you say the word?
Knee-jerk response.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of just a knee-jerk response. That's what I used to do. But centering myself. Now, yesterday, during my master class, I taught a meditation. And, people who did the meditation, including myself, first of all, I was like, wow. I felt very centered and grounded, because there's so many benefits of meditation. Feeling centered and grounded. And the rest of the day was, not that I had a bad morning, but the rest of the day I was better and I was more productive.
To all you who are moms and who have little children or bigger children, I highly, highly, highly recommend to start your day off with meditation. I started to do that when my kids were 3 and 4. And when my yoga teacher suggested me that, I was like laughing back at her. I'm like, yeah, right. I will never wake up at 5, because my kids back then woke up always like 6 a.m. when they were still 3 and 4. I'm like, I just laughed at her, like, never. I will not do it. But then I just got intrigued by the idea, like, oh my God, like, how would it be to actually wake up when you're all centered and grounded and like actually
exactly
take the day when you're calm and you are calm when your kids wake up. And I actually started and do it. And then, since 2016, 2015, there somewhere, I have been waking every morning, or not maybe every morning, but most of the mornings. That's something I highly recommend.
Oh, yeah. How you start your day is how your day is going to look like.
Exactly.
So I did a powerful meditation this morning. And then I did another meditation this morning. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, I'm in the zone. Like, I'm totally in the zone and in alignment.
Yeah.
And that's when I start to write. And I was up at 4 a.m. this morning. And I went to bed at 10:30 p.m. last night. I'm a light sleeper. And if I, and that's just the way my schedule is. I love structure in the morning. And I think that's really important, especially for women, to have that structure. I call it a DMO. It's a daily method of operation. But I want to get to, I'll touch on that in a minute. But Ro Garino, who's from the Philippines.
Hi.
She says, hi, I agree. When people get nasty, it is always the other person projecting their own inadequacies onto you. Exactly.
Yes.
You hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm. It's always a mirroring thing we do.
Right. It's a mirroring thing. And people need, so we're breaking the silence on this.
Yeah.
This is why you're on my podcast today.
And breaking the silence of, like, this is my biggest message I want to share. Like, if you are this kind of spiritual person, or you're feeling like you would maybe someday like to be more spiritual, like kind of dig more deeper into yourself, start meditating, do whatever, that kind of thing, and you feel like, no, but I can't because I drink champagne. No, but I can't because I love Louis Vuitton. No, but I can't because that's just bullshit. Yes, you can. I am a living example here, have been on my spiritual journey forever, since I was a teenager, and I still get to do all these things. I still get to, like I read in my that bio, that I love luxury, I love champagne, like I love 5-star hotels.
Oh, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. 3.5 years ago, I flew to Port Elizabeth, South Africa for the first time.
Yeah.
I went to a gala. I was invited to a gala event. So the gala event, I mean, not the gala event itself, but I stayed, I would call it a 5-star hotel. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was like,
one feel like a queen in those kind of places. And it's also really important in your process of healing and your process of stepping into your power. You need to really love yourself so much that you allow those kind of experience for yourself. I remember my first vacation away from my family. I took 1 week vacation away from my family, meaning my husband, my kids, everything. 1 week, I think my kids were like 5 and 6 back then. I spent 1 week in Turkey, in Alanya, in 5-star freaking hotel.
Really?
Yoga retreat. Yes. Yes, way. And I get to dress up in my fancy dresses.
So bad.
What? You have
I want to fly there so bad.
Yeah. Go. I can email the hotel name later for you.
Email me the hotel name.
Yeah.
See?
It's beautiful. So those kind of, I don't now mean that every parent must do that or every mom out there must do that, but take a weekend off, day off, love yourself so much that you really allow some time with yourself. Your kids, your family will totally be okay. I promise you that. You need to take care of yourself.
And that is the thing, because if you don't take care of yourself and love yourself, how can you love others?
No, that doesn't go.
It doesn't go.
No, I don't believe so. Yeah, you can love others, but it doesn't come from your pure unconditional love. You really need to love yourself first. And then when you are in that deep unconscious unconditional kind of I'm missing the word again. Unconditional level, state of mind, then you can, from that kind of place, really accept and love others as they are.
I like that. Just the way they are. Celebrate yourself too.
Exactly.
Now, last week, it was my birthday on January 5th. And I was offline. I was offline all day. People were wishing me happy birthday. I'd love, but I mean, there's a limit. Like, you have to take a break, especially from social media. So I went out and had like a late breakfast, and then I drove to the park.
Oh.
It was not cold that day. It was almost 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And I just felt great. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Exactly. It can be those kind of moments. Like I said, you don't have to always book a 5-star hotel. It's those kind of moments. But just do something. Take that time for yourself. It's so freaking important.
Exactly. And speaking of 5-star hotel, We have a 5-star hotel downtown Saratoga Springs called the Adelphi Hotel, and they're worldwide. So
Okay.
I went there on New Year's Eve. I go there frequently, and when I go there, I feel like a different person. Like I walk in and I'm like, wow. And I went there New Year's Eve. I met some nice people. This was spontaneous.
Yeah, it's like your shoulders go back. I also walk much more like better poise when I'm in 5-star hotels.
5-star hotel. I don't have to stay there. I could go there, have a drink. I had a glass of Prosecco, and sometimes I'll have dinner there. I mean, the staff treated the staff, they know me there, so they treat me very well. But it was just spontaneous. And I was at, the place is called Morrissey's, so, which is inside the hotel. So here there's jazz playing and blues. And I'm like, what did I walk into here? I'm like, that's loving yourself. Don't feel guilty about it.
Exactly. Don't feel guilty about it.
Right.
Yeah, so important.
Exactly. Well, we're coming up to almost at the top of the hour. So for those of you who are tuning in today's live broadcast, if you could please share this message out, we would really, really appreciate it. So please share the live out with a friend who needs to hear this message. So in closing, Katie. Now, Katie, we met on TikTok. Hey, girl, how are you?
Hi.
So great to see you here. Great to see you here on Facebook. Good morning. Long time no see. Okay, and Katie's from Massachusetts. So what I want to do is this. Now you're offering something to people like a free, is it?
Yeah. It's like a free online course, 7 days free online course. It's about finding your true soul purpose. And you can find that from my website. So it's my name, kirsienglund.love. And there you'll find everything, all what I have to offer. And also I have my book here.
Yes,
this came out last year. And actually, my second book is coming out in February, but I cannot tell you so much about that yet. But you can buy this from Amazon. So it's actually pretty much these topics that we have been speaking. It's called A Path to Nirvana, a rebel journey towards freedom and inner peace.
Ooh, I love it.
I'm kind of like fill-in book. So there is, after every chapter, there is this journaling pages where you get to answer the questions and really dive deep into yourself.
I love it. I'm going to get a copy of the book.
Yeah. Amazon, $777.
Okay, good. Very good. Awesome. And where can people reach you? This is where everyone, if you would like to get in touch with Kirsi, she's on Facebook here and on Instagram at Kirsi Englund 17. So.
Yes. And you will find all those social media links on my website as well.
All right, good. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So in closing, what's a special message that you would like to share in closing?
It's my slogan. Be you, be real, be the authentic version of you. And just fuck everyone else. Let them think what they think. Just do your thing. Be authentic.
The authentic you. I love it. Very powerful today. That is a very, very powerful message. So I want to thank you, Kirsi. Thank you for being here today. And thank you for, I'm so glad we connected. And I just want to say something. See, Katie? Right, exactly. That's the way it should be. No fakeness. Forget that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. That doesn't work.
No, that's so last season.
Exactly. But I want to say this before I close this out. This is the power of social media and the internet. Now, Kirsi and I met on Facebook, okay, in one of the Facebook groups. So she lives overseas in Finland. I live here in the U.S. Now, you see this? We're breaking the silence and spreading the message throughout the world. So with that being said, I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm going to put you into the green room for 1 minute, so stay there, please, while I close this down. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
All right, bye. everyone that, oh my gosh, that was so powerful. That was so powerful. So what a powerful message. So I'm going to end the broadcast right now. So I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. Now, if you're catching the replay here, please hashtag replay in the comments, and please, give us your feedback on this. And this episode will be uploaded this week on Sorry, I think I lost Wi-Fi there for a minute. Okay, so this episode will be live this week. So please like and subscribe to my Let's Break the Silence on Anchor FM, Spotify, Google, Apple, and all the live streams. And you can also watch and listen to all the other episodes. So with that being said, I wish you all an amazing day. Have a blessed day. Be a blessing to someone. And I will see you in the next broadcast. Bye.